Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is DeFub21, and as per usual, with a little bit of a delay, I've been a bit busy over the last couple of days. Here's a new video game trailer. This one it's an announcement trailer for a new game from, I believe it is, Rebellion, called Strange Brigade. It's the global reveal trailer. I know nothing else about it. I wonder if we'll be getting more information about this at E3. Apart from that, I assume we'll get more information about this at E3. Apart from that, I know nothing else about it. So, again, apart from the fact that it's made by Rebellion. So, without further ado, let's take a look, and then I shall let you know what I think.
There are remote corners of the British Empire where the shadows linger at their deepest. The servants of the Crown know about these places and the things that sometimes lurk there. It is part of the burden of empire to protect the world from such horrors.
Embark on an exotic safari into danger where few dare go and fewer return. Fantastic and forgotten civilizations, shrouded in mystery. Treacherous tombs and unfathomable evil never before seen by any human now living. Jump into the most daring expedition in history. Rebellion presents the fearless and unflinching Strange Brigade. This pulse-pounding adventure will rivet you to your game controller. Is the Strange Brigade doomed to burial in an ancient tomb? Don't fail to play Strange Brigade!
Well, that was certainly not what I was expecting. So it's kind of a 1920s/1930s kind of tone. 4-player co-op, player versus enemy type game. Kind of like Left 4 Dead, that sort of style of thing. That's interesting, all right. Off the top of my head, however, Rebellion, I believe, if memory serves, is a UK developer / publisher, and it could be quite like in 1920s, 30s tone. It's interesting aesthetically, interesting in terms of the weapons, and it kind of, they could put quite a comedic bent to it if they wish to. But it's also, again, Rebellion's a UK developer, certainly in the climate we are now in, somewhat problematic, as pretty much everyone from those exotic locales, which were part of the British Empire, view the British Empire as being to state the obvious, a bad thing. I myself am from a country that fought a war of independence to get rid of them in the early to mid 1920s. So, yeah, it has the potential to be problematic. There are 2 male characters, 2 female characters. The male characters are both white. One of the female characters is white. The other character appears to be, I want to say, African, but with a lot of kind of facial. Are they tattoos or paint or something or other? I don't know. That character, I mean, particularly if there's a lot of dialogue like there is, or some dialogue like there is in Left 4 Dead. That character, how that character is written could, if written well, might not be a problem. But if written badly, it could very much be a problem. There's been a kind of in the UK in particular, a relatively recent backlash over Cecil Rhodes, if memory serves. If you hear someone's a Rhodes Scholar, they got a scholarship to go to Cambridge or something like that in the UK that was left in a bequeath by one Cecil Rhodes when he died in his will, or via his estate. He was considered by many people at the time of his death to be a ginormous racist colonialist monster, and this would have been in the before World War II, in the 20s or 30s, something like that, maybe even earlier. So it gives you an idea of how problematic he is, and apparently all the statues of him and stuff have been taken down in the UK, because the students were protesting about it and whatnot. So if you happen to be, or if the again the SJWs, if you want to use that term, could be well, they may not react well to this. It's an interesting idea. It could be fun as long as they kind of genuinely if it's kind of a knowing thing where they kind of make fun of the British Empire and so on, it'll be fine. But if it is, played completely straight, that has the potential to be very, very problematic. I couldn't imagine someone in the UK wouldn't have noticed the whole Cecil Rhodes. Was that last year or the year before? I can't remember. But yeah, I mean, again, if you've got a development team, it might be an insular environment, not really paying attention to what's going on around them because they're too busy working on this. Yes, that could end up being something of a PR problem for them. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, proof is in the gaming pudding. We'll have to see the game being played, which you might well do at E3. And again, these kind of games, if they bring something new to the table rather than, again, we haven't really seen the gameplay. If it innovates in terms of gameplay, in terms of how the enemies behave and so on, great. If not, well, there's already PvE games out there like that Warhammer one, and then of course there's Killing Floor 2, which I've got, which is that kind of co-op player versus enemy or computer controlled enemies type game. So it's a genre that's got a few players out there already. So they'll have to do something new and interesting with the gameplay for it to stick and for it to sell. Certainly, that would be what they need to do to get me to go out and buy it. But apart from that, again, it's an interesting tone to take. It's certainly not a kind of we've not seen a kind of a game like a co-op player versus enemy type game with this kind of set in this kind of period or era, this kind of tone before. So that makes it stand out, and that'll certainly get its attention. Hopefully of the positive rather than the negative variety, but it'll come down to gameplay design and so on, because I've already got Killing Floor 2, which I find enjoyable enough. If they really want me to go out and buy this, they'll have to do something genuinely new and interesting. And if they do, and it gets good reviews, I may well buy it. Anyway, I'll pay attention to this for no other reason to see if it gets a massive backlash or not. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments, whether you'll be paying attention to this or not, whether you're excited to see it. I assume we'll see gameplay footage at E3. We may not, you never know. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please like this video if you liked it. Hey, like it even if you didn't like it. And if for some strange reason, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do so. This is Defub21 signing off. Toodaloo.